Here with men's golf coach Ryan Egan. Coach, a pretty solid weekend last weekend. Talk a little bit about your team's play last weekend at Augsburg.
You know, it was I was a little disappointed with the first day. We ended up with 2 decent scores out of Blake and Tim, and then we had 3 88s, and I wasn't expecting scores that high in the 80s. So fairly disappointed on Saturday. On Sunday we were a little bit better. Again, a couple scores out of Tim and Blake that were decent. You know, Tim was a little higher with the 82, but then we had 3 84s. So we're really working towards trying to limit those high 80s and being all 5 players being closer to 80. Which hopefully we can do this weekend.
You know, I find it interesting in the frustration because you know that these guys are capable of shooting scores in the 70s. You know, we've talked about Tim Wolford and Blake Westerberg. They've been consistently in the 70s. Blake had a pair of 77s for his 154. Nice individual finish at 15th. But you also know that Trevor Erickson can shoot a low score, and you know that Connor Brandt can shoot a low score. You know these guys are capable of it. As you get ready for the St. John's Invitational, how do you mentally get them to understand that they can do this, they just need to go out and do it?
Well, it's getting them to put a little more time into it, getting them to have more quality practice time. We do a lot of playing, and we're going to play a lot this week to prepare for this weekend. But when we play and when we practice, it has to be more quality. Yes, we want them to enjoy themselves. They're playing golf, and they're very fortunate to be able to do so. But it's the quality of the practice, and it's really, we've tried to break the game down into segments, into fairways hit, into greens and regulation, and making sure we're focusing on those areas on the course. Hopefully by doing that, we're able to shave some strokes this weekend just by breaking the game down a little bit and segmenting things.
Probably the biggest tournament before the MIAC is the St. John's Invitational this weekend. A lot of conference schools will be there. Is this a good, maybe a measuring stick to see where you guys stack up as you get ready for the MIAC?
I hope so, and I hope we fare well. You know, we tried to make it a competitive environment the last couple of days because I'm not necessarily set on my roster of the 5 I took last weekend. Doesn't mean the same 5 are going to be going this weekend. So we've tried to keep the environment competitive, and I hope this weekend will be a good gauge for us. Most teams in our conference will be there, and I hope we fare well. You know, it would be a good confidence booster for us going into conference if we could put up a couple scores. And we'd like to see a 3 teens on a day or low 320s at the highest. And if we can do that, we're setting ourselves up to be pretty confident going into the conference meet.
Last big tournament of the season before the MIAC, St. John's Invitational this weekend. Good luck, Coach.
Thank you.